Hello friends, welcome to another episode of the Urban Homesteading channel. If today is your first time visiting with us, we want to extend an invitation to you to review our over 370 videos that are arranged in playlists, as we are confident you're going to find something enjoyable and useful. If today is your first time, I'm sorry, we did that already. If you've been here before but you have not subscribed, do subscribe. If today is your birthday, we want to wish you a very happy birthday. Today is a very special episode for us, the first for the channel. We had promised some time ago that we're going to build things that they're suggested from you guys, and today we're going to show you something that was suggested by our friend Paul Lindhag. Paul, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, but Paul asked about making a zero clearance plate for the Kobalt table saw, which has always had an issue. It is really not a well-designed plate, and the zero clearance plates I have seen on the web really are not up to par. So Paul and the rest of you, stick around and we're going to show you our solution to a zero clearance plate. We'll start by taking off all the saw 4 leveling screws. Very exciting, right? Again, this is the number one feature I dislike about this saw.
But overall, we've used it a lot. It's really lasted us a long time.
Yeah, I like the saw in general, especially for the price. It is probably one of the most affordable saws that you can buy that really are good. I had the Ryobi for a long time, and I learned the hard way why a dull blade should not be used, because it burned the motor on my old saw. So that's not a good way for a saw to go, right? But let's still, it went cutting.
It went out cutting.
Went out cutting, and it went out in a spectacular way, smoke and everything. It was amazing. We didn't record.
But no fire.
No fire, just smoke. But speaking of that, we do have a fire extinguisher here in the shop. Alright, we start by removing all the screws, and already I have cut a plate, and I just need a little bit of, looks like a little bit of sanding here.
And you used the original.
Right, yeah, what you do, you take a piece of 3/8 plywood or a piece of 3/8 plank, and you simply trace the plate over it, and then I think we used our bandsaw to cut it, and we still have a couple of small adjustments to make, but we're going to do those, and we'll show you how things work. Okay, and here is the first one I finished. This is for my 1/8 blade. You need to make more than one, so you can have for your dado blades and the smaller blades and bigger blades and so forth. And if you see, I wrote here 1/8 blade, and as you can see, it's a pretty tight, right? Well, I also put a small hole there so we can lift it. But as you can see, this is, go here. This is a very nice tight fit, right?
Yep.
So let's remove it. The other two that I plan to use for other blades do not have a slot yet, because I have not done it. But the way you do, the biggest problem with the Kobalt saw when it comes to making a zero clearance plate, which is not common in other saws, is that it has part of the saw is right here, as you can see, and it comes well above the points that the plate sits. And I've seen a lot of different ways that people use. They use very thin material that didn't make it work very well. But in my case, I simply use a rotary tool or any other device, a chisel, to simply make this fit by cutting away the part that it doesn't. And as you can see, when I put that in, You can see the fit here, right? That is a very, very good fit. And if I do a little more, it will fit even better. And that doesn't present a problem because this actually supports it. So even though you take material out of this area, this is supporting it. So this plate that I'm still working on, let's see if it fits. And it fits pretty decent. What do you think?
Yeah.
We need to adjust anything on this?
Well, yeah, you do want to make sure that it's as level as possible with the rest of the table, just so that your boards don't snag on anything.
Right. I think this is good. We need to just make a hole. That's all. So this is the second one, and let's test our third one. And this is clearly, you can see it bowing here, which means I've not taken enough material. So let's do that. I don't know if we took enough or not, but we will try, right? Maybe we took too much. Is it still bowing? I think I need to come first that way. They can be a little finicky, that's why the hole also helps to know which direction. No, that cannot be correct. Much better. As you can see, most of the bowing is gone, but still we need to do a little more, right? And I think we have a couple of, I think this is fine now, but we have a couple of spots that we need to work a little, like this one. Now for this, I actually prefer my other, my other machine, but since I don't have it readily available, I'm using this. Yeah, I see a little bit here. So you do have to spend a little bit of time. You will never make it perfect just by the not jigsaw, the bandsaw. And now it has this corner.
Yeah, it just wants to be a little bit more rounded.
Now what's good about this machine that we've never used before actually is that it is very portable. And okay, so now this is good. We still have a little bit, looks like.
I wonder if it's just a little off to one side or the other.
It might be, but also I don't know where the blade is, so. But in general, I mean, you see, this is pretty much ready. It might have a very little more adjustment that needed, but you can see it fits reasonably well, right? Not the best way to take it out. So again, the difference that I've done from everyone else is that I've simply eaten away material for this area to fit nicely. And you can see two ways that I've done that. And on this one as well. But it looks to me like I have to do this one a little more too, right? Did we try this in? Well, actually, no, that looks okay. So with a little more finessing, we have a very good fit for this, and this I think I will make it to be my data one. And as I showed you here, no, it's here, I write on each of them what they are, so I can simply go grab the correct one for the correct blade. But in my opinion, this is a better, I really need to make the holes. In my opinion, this is a better way of doing it than anything else I've seen on the web. What do you think?
Yeah, it seems much easier to utilize, and it's not expensive to make.
And here is the trick. When you want to do the safest way to make your cut, just put your fence over the uncut zero clearance plate, then lock it, and then slowly bring the blade up. In this case, of course, the blade is already, in this case, of course, we already cut it, but here's how simple that is, you know, and you're going to see when I bring the blade completely up, it uses the whole space. So you want to bring your blade completely up, as you can see here, right?
And it goes from front to back.
Yeah, and if you come in both places, you will see how high, I mean, how tight that is.
Yeah.
There is really no way for anything to fall in there. And at the same time, the blade is moving without any problem. Right? Mm-hmm. So, Paul, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was specifically made for you. And if you guys ask us to do certain things, we are, to the best of our ability, do it, unless it's something we don't have the equipment or the ability to build ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. But thank you very much, Paul, for your suggestion, and I hope you enjoy this video. And I hope all of you that have the Kobalt also enjoy this video. I've looked all over the internet, and the solutions I saw for zero clearance plates simply were not satisfactory for me. But again, look at this. Look at how nice this looks, right?
Yeah, fits very well.
I mean, here
it's custom made for this table.
Right. Yeah, usually zero clearance plates, you have to make them for your table. They don't sell them. Mm-hmm. So I think this is great. I hope you enjoyed this short and weekend episode. And if you did, please smash that like button. If you didn't, smash the other button twice. Share, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know every time we post a new video. From the Garage Wizard, Mrs. Wizard, and the Urban Homesteading channel, we hope you enjoy this episode and that you are enjoying our channel. We're looking forward to hear more suggestions of what you want us to show you, and we'll be more than happy to make it happen if at all possible. I want to bid you a great week.